Whoa, am I ever tired. I'm about getting close to 13,000 feet in altitude, and I've been climbing and climbing and climbing. I'm above the Inca site of Tambo Machai, several kilometers outside of Cusco. And to be honest, I got tired of seeing all the garbage on social media from people sitting on sofas in their parents' basement because they can't get a job, so they pretend to be experts and educated on social media about the Incas. And all they do is make up garbage. So I thought I would walk amongst real Inca ruins in the kind of place, not the kind of place, the place where the Incas called home. So come along with me, and I'm just going to wander around, maybe fly my drone a little bit, and I'll show you some things that almost no one ever sees. I started out at about 11,000 feet in altitude, so I've climbed a little bit. This road here helps a little, but it's about to give out. It's only been here a few years. It was made so people could farm up here and they could bring supplies and then carry down crops on the backs of tractors. They don't even bring trucks up here. It's too hard. These particular fields were planted and harvested last year. There's nothing here now, so I'm guessing they're just letting them lay fallow for a year or two before they plant again. Surprised I've gone this far and not seen anyone or heard any sheep, but I do believe I see some sheep 150, 200 meters dead ahead. I'm going to go around them because the problem with sheep is they're usually dogs, and the dogs are very protective of their flock. See what I mean? This guy kind of surprised me. He ran over here really fast. I think he's protecting a herd of llamas or alpacas. Can't see for sure. They're definitely not sheep unless there's some sheep mixed in. Okay, there are 3 dogs here. These 2 plus another one a little farther away. The other dog's about 150, 200 meters farther down the trail, exactly where I'm going. So I may need to make a change of plans here. 2 of them backed off. The trick, all these dogs know that when you bend down to pick up a rock, they better run. So all you have to do is pretend you're bending down to pick up a rock. And that works about 99% of the time. I really wanted to go up the canyon today, but since there's someone up there and a dog, I'm sure that there are sheep, I'm sure, on the other side of the little hill that the dog's barking from. So I think I'm going to pass today and not bother either the sheep, the shepherd, or the dog. Now that I hear the sheep and I'm on top of this little hill, I see that crossing is not going to be as difficult as I thought. I just have to go down and then up again. It's kind of surprising, but you really have to be careful going down even fields that aren't this steep, because the rocks and the loose soil makes it so easy to slip and slide your way down that you have to be very careful. I can't tell you how many times I've slid. In fact, I'm going to step off here in the grass. This grass, by the way, the tall stuff, is called ichu. And you find it all over the Andes, at least in this area. And it's used for all kinds of things, primarily making rope. They bind it up, wrap it up, and it's even used today to make rope, and it's used for the only surviving original style Inca bridge at Queshuachaca. Wasn't too hard to find a place to cross, but what I did find interesting is even on a stream this small, this far up, the stream is still lined by original Inca walls. There's not much left, but there are some examples here. I don't know how well you can see it, but those stones aren't natural to cross there. Those are part of the original Inca lining that lined just about every stream and river in this region. Probably another good reason not to go any farther is there might be some rain clouds on the other side of the mountains. It's a little darker and the clouds are heavier. They're not rain clouds yet, but you never know when a really black cloud will appear over the mountain and it'll be on top of you in 10 or 15 minutes. Not enough time to make it to shelter, although I do know a cave close by I'm going to show you in a few moments where I could sit out a rainstorm. Never walked along this particular trail this close to the stream, but I've seen those walls on the other side quite a few times. They were built there not to grow anything, but to keep the mountain from sliding down and clogging up the stream below. You can see the village of Yucay way off in the distance, maybe 4 or 5 kilometers away. The mountain Pachatusan is just to the left of center between those tall eucalyptus trees. Except for the dogs and the sheep and the shepherd, I thought I had it to myself. Then along comes a really nice young couple who spoke excellent Spanish, so I don't know, I would guess with their accent that they were probably South American. We get a lot of South American tourists as it's kind of late spring now. Take that back, mid-spring. But anyway, I decided I don't feel like doing a whole lot more today. I've got a lot to do to get ready to travel tomorrow. Here I'm out in this beautiful Andean country, and tomorrow I'll be in the middle of the Amazon rainforest. That's the fun of living here. I can be somewhere completely different within, well, this flight takes 35 minutes, so it doesn't take long at all. Things have certainly changed along here. On the other side, just 4 or 5 years ago, there was absolutely nothing, but now, at least up to the base of the mountains, it's covered with fields. This side's been farmed for as long as I can remember, but looks like they're going to let it go this year. I know that there were people harvesting crops on this side back last fall, so I guess it's time to let it lie fallow and get some more nutrients so it'll be fertile for coming years. These folks around here know more about farming than I could ever know in my entire life. Way down below is the Inca site of Tambo Machai. It's a really cool place. It's part of the city tours that a lot of people take. Definitely worth visiting if you come here. Who knows what the guys will tell you, but I promise you it's a place worth seeing. I'm going to take the upper trail that the locals use to go back and forth to the village, from the village to the fields, because I don't feel like going down. I know there's a trail down there that will take me to the site, but this will work good enough. And I don't have to deal with tourists. I don't have to deal with the vendors selling every kind of souvenir you can think of down below. You can see the people down there, and on the other side of the creek is a spot called El Torreon, which is a big stone outcrop that was originally completely lined with large stones, but now a lot of those, as you could probably make out, have collapsed. Probably halfway up on the other side is a very large cave. It doesn't go deep, but it's really wide. Has some buildings below and a fairly good sized wall that you have to climb up to get there. Catch is there's really not much else up there. I almost forgot. Can you see on the other side how those trees tend to be in horizontal lines going across? There's a reason for that. They're getting water from water channels that had been there maybe before the Incas. And many of them are full, but some of them still carry water. And the original design was not only to carry water down the mountain, but to capture the water so it didn't flow straight down and cause erosion and eventually landslides, which are extremely common around here. Pretty ingenious water management system, and you can find those channels all over the mountains in this region. I mean, you almost can't go up into the mountains without finding them. Some of them still used, some of them are cement lined now, but you can find traces of the old ones all over, especially in this area. Far, far off in the distance is Yuncapata, and some days when the skies are clear, you can see Mount Asangate, even though it's over, let's see, 100 kilometers away or 60 kilometers away. I always get confused. But anyway, it towers close to 21,000 feet, and I promise it dominates the horizon on clear days. It is so beautiful. There's a reason why it was a sacred mountain to the Incas. This road goes down into the village of Tambo Machai. If I can find the route that goes down being open, I'm going to cut down so I can go downhill, catch a bus on the other side of the entrance to Tambo Machai. Absolutely spectacular. And it's close to town. It cost me about 60 cents to come here. That's pretty hard to beat. Looks like I'm going to take the road through the little village. Probably be cool. You can get a chance to see what a typical village is like. This particular gate's new. I don't know if they had issues with people going up unauthorized, but it's only been here a matter of weeks or months. I wonder if I'll see anyone. People tend to have a strong distrust of outsiders, not just foreigners, but anyone passing through. So it wouldn't be uncommon for some people to be watching me out their windows of their houses. Anybody inside is going to stay behind their fence or their gate. It's kind of sad because in some Indian villages, people will definitely stay outside and say hello. But here, I guess because of its proximity to Cusco and being near the big city, they have a mistrust. I rarely see anyone to talk to. I think at one time that was probably a school. How long ago? I don't know, but it doesn't look like it's been deserted for too long. Things aren't in terribly bad shape. Well, I made it back down the highway, and I think I'm gonna head back down to Cusco and grab something to eat. So here comes my ride, so I better get ready to hop on the bus, take me down the mountainside. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel because I got a lot more stuff like this coming up. Thanks again. I'll see you in the next one.